know Xav ain't allowed to talk about much. I just want to touch up on a little thing on Dillian as well. Obviously, you know, it's going to the court. You know, they're saying that there's going to be a purse bid as well. Just how, Xav, you can answer this as well. How's Dillian doing mentally right now, waiting for this for March to come?
They ain't business about nothing. Them man is about their business, man. Them man is training. He doesn't listen. He ain't got no interest in this. When the fight happens, that's it. Like I think he's, you know, like when you've been on the roundabout too much, he's not interested. He's cracking on. More time, yeah. He don't really even. He just said, listen, when this fight comes, John, I'll just, you know, I'll deal with it then. But obviously, there's the arbitration going. There's a bag of talk in between with this WB. BC thing talking about 80-20. I think that's probably some wives' tales. I'm not sure, but they will just deal, man. Like, I chat to him quite often at the minute, and then I don't know, I'm sure Xav, they chat to him, but he's just doing his thing. He's in the gym, he's training, he's doing his thing. You know, see my walk in Ryan or them he go up to my walk in my chopped down tree. The man that's cutting tree, the man is not, it's not, he ain't even wasting. Maybe, you know, he might be doing something on the other side, but when I'm rapping to him, that's not his focus. He just saying, look, I'm gonna train either way. If it's him or someone else, whatever it is, I know he would like to. And I keep saying this enough when I do interviews. Obviously, Fury would be ideal. It would be great. But if not, just throw yourself in the bin and remove y'all and leave the belt so we can go about the business and see what's going on. But there's this whole game. The WB seem to be in cahoots with Aaron and Warren, and they're playing this game, but they need smoking out, man, because they're playing funny game. You know, the money they're offering and the things they're saying. They need smoking out, and you know, and let's see, and then see, because they're making out like, well, it's Dillian's fault because we've offered him part of the pudding and he's gone and like it's not enough. So now, you know, like people's like wherever you go, well, tell Dill just to take that money. You know, like tell him just to take that, and then when you get your shot on the other side, then you can make all the decisions. Don't really go like that. It's mad. How you gonna 80-20? That is madness. But listen, I don't know. That might give some more info. I don't know.
That's the same split that Yard got against Kovalev. It's mad. 80-20. That's a madness.
Yeah, but you just said Yard and Kovalev. Dillian's not Yard though. You know, like this. Dillian is a pay-per-view fighter and only fights on pay-per-view. You know, if this O2 thing, he's been selling out O2, you know, time and time again, the numbers. We must look into Tyson Fury a little bit closer. Let's go into him because he's got history, he's got record. You know, when that old Bill stopped you, yeah, this IC female here has got a CV. This man's got a CV. No, he didn't want to give Klitschko the rematch. You know, he cried about everything, the ring, the this, the that. You know what I mean? Then David Haye, 2 fights, Calamity coming, didn't he come in and Klitschko and the Batman? There's too much. Listen, he's got mad MO. He even tried to get out of the WADA, was it 2 or 3, one of them there to take him to court as well. So he's got history in fannying people around and longing out things. And come on, man, listen. And Dillian, and funny enough, Dillian's not them. Dillian right now is in a position where, like I said, he fights, you know, top tier fighters, elite fighters, and does his things, good pay-per-view numbers, does good ticket sales. And Tyson Fury, he had to actually go to America because he weren't selling out here. And even in America, that's why they stopped the WADA and Fury 2, because they couldn't even sell the 7,500. And then they want people to say, oh, Dillian should take 80-20. It doesn't make no sense. Let's look at the data, as Boris and his dumb Mr. Witty says. He's look at the data. The data suggests, poor CEOs, you get me? Let me give them the data. Fucking wankers. The data suggests Tyson Fury, hell of a fighter. You know, I love boxing. I give him his credit. But in this UK, it's a mega fight because he's fighting Dillian. It's a stadium fight because he's fighting Dillian. If he doesn't fight Dillian, then man, they got to go and second in some little shack down in Stratford somewhere. Because they're not selling out like that. You get what I'm trying to say? They need to behave themselves and respect the man for what the hustle he's done. Tyson Fury keeps talking about, oh, I'm not in it for money. I give all my money to charity. Ooh, Versace, robe, slippers, Tom and all that. Yeah, we get it. We get it, Tyson. We listen. We believe in you. I'm saying. So, you know what I mean? Listen, we're not fooled. I'm cool. I'm straightforward. I just tell it how it is. I'm not trying to discredit him or nothing. I'm a boxing fan. Obviously, I'm not biased. I don't need to be biased for Dill. His resume speaks for itself. He is one tough, hard-back man, and he'll go in there and fight his own corner and do his thing, and he makes his boxing tool. And you saw the statement he came back with. People keep talking about the loss. Let me tell you something. Do you know, one of the worst things is to recover from a knockout loss and put your demons to bed and vanquish them the way he did. There's not many fighters in history can go and say they've done that. You've seen what happens, the ramification when people get knocked out. Normally in a rematch, they get skin out and knock out again. Same way, if not worse. You understand? So, anyway, me done getting on my little thing. My food soon ready. Me have to leave, you know.
Yes, Steve.
I want to ask you guys something, and I want to, Jav, if you're allowed to even answer this as well. Is it frustrating that the fact that, you know, this has been going on since what, 2018? WBC have had this thing against Dillian. I know. You spoke to Jermaine the other day on Behind the Gloves.
2017, Hellenius was.
Yeah, 2017. Jermaine asked you the other day, do you think there's a conspiracy against Dillian Whyte with the WBC? You said no. You know, it's boxing. I don't believe that crap. You know.
Hold on, sorry, Zav can't get himself in any of this mix. I'll be back again, my remix version. Sorry, guys. That doesn't want no trouble. I don't want no trouble either, but I want to be honest. I feel there is something in the air. The WBC and Dillian, they're not seeing eye to eye. Obviously, there's an arbitration. So clearly, if there's an arbitration, someone's feathers have been ruffled somewhere. And, you know, I think that's why the arbitration is there, to hopefully iron out all those things. But somewhat, somewhere, you can tell, because if you look at the likes of, what's the guy's name? Joe Dress, hell of a fighter. He's come from nowhere. He's got number one, and he next in line for to fight for a world title. He's got the WBO by the balls, and he manages to get his fighters up. Like you said, we said Kovalev and Anthony Yard. You know, he gets these guys into position. So obviously, Dillian doesn't have that relationship. Maybe Bob Arum does. Maybe Tyson Fury does, because, you know, all of the stuff he's done, the relationship. I personally feel there's something there. I think there's something there, and, you know, we should talk about it, man. We should put it out in the open. People should air their feelings, and you know, let the world judge it for what it is. If it's biased, if it's not, if it's straightforward. But look, Dillian lost. He was waiting all the 1,000 days. Then he lost. Now he's back instated. But then we still haven't got a resolution. You know, he's instated, and then there's the talks of purse bids. What they're saying is normally mandatory is up to 30%. If you're the WBC interim champ, it's up to 45 and 55. And then you've got people talking about 20%. That doesn't even fit in the middle of any of this.
You have to remember, though. Listen, when you've been in boxing as long as I have, I've seen this story. The good and the most important thing is, once it's ordered, you're in the game. You're in the game.
Yeah.
So I don't look back. I like to look forward. Are going to get a shot at that title. That's all we need to be focused on. Whatever's happened before has happened before. Dillian's been very smart, fighting very good competition. And as we spoke about earlier, to get yourself prepared for this moment, you have to fight good guys. That's what Dillian's done. So there's no point me going about, you know, being hard done by, and because it's not going to do anything right now. To me, nothing happened before its time. The time is now. They've dragged it out. Absolutely. And I'm telling you now, this is a very, very dangerous version of Dillian. He's never had it. He's been waiting so long for this opportunity. He's hungry. You know, these guys know what's coming. This is a real fight. You know, I'm looking forward to it. Regardless of how they want to play this game, you know, this year, we're going to see something.